Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sync 24 TV. This is your host and analyst, Kennedy Abongo. The show is the Nationalist Show. Our topic for today is why NDINDI NYORO and not Rigathi Gachagua will be the new face of Mount Kenya. Why NDINDI NYORO will be the new face of Mount Kenya. Just a bit of background. I thought that I think when we speak about the new face of Mount Kenya, I speak about people who can potentially be president coming from that region. So you really have to look at that in the context of what is happening now and also what may happen in future. So I had two people in mind. The first one was Kanini Kega and then NDINDI NYORO. But now, all things considered, especially in view of the fact that Ndindi's side, which is Kenya Kwanza, has taken now over the presidency, then the presence of Ndindi or is a stock is now heightened if you consider with Kanini Kega, because now he is out of government. Unless something drastic happens for him to also find or rejuvenate himself or revive his political career. So if he really wants to be part of that discussion going forward, he needs to find something to do that would make him come out as prominent, because in terms of delivery, in terms of their work, I think they're more or less the same. They are really good people. They are all workers. So if you can pick somebody who can actually be president from that side of Mount Kenya, then NDINDI NYORO and Kanini Kega are more or less the same. But for today, we are going to discuss why NDINDI NYORO will be the next face of Mount Kenya. Before we go into that, do kindly subscribe and click that notification bell so that you're notified whenever we post. So on to our first reason. We have 5 reasons why we think so. So the first reason is people like bright people, and Ndindi is a bright guy. I think if you look at him, he's well educated, is articulate, and is also an astute businessman. You don't become a millionaire or a multi-millionaire at such a young age when you are not really a smart person. So even in history, in terms of, if you look at his education, he's been a bright guy. He got first class at the university. He performed well in his studies. So if you can leverage all those things when it comes to political power, you see, his understanding of the economy and economic matters, then it makes him or puts him in a pedestal where he can easily succeed if you compare him with the other Mount Kenya bigwigs, including, of course, Rigathi Gachagua, who is currently the deputy president of Kenya. So that is the number one reason. That is a bright guy, and he can leverage that. His understanding of the economy and economic matters can make him to easily connect with the people. Number 2, is a man who was actually touted to be Ruto's running mate. You see that where people sat down and thought NDINDI NYORO can actually be a running mate, that does not just happen out of nowhere. It happens because they see you as a potential future leader. Not only that, they see you as capable of, undertaking the role of a deputy president. That essentially means that NDINDI NYORO, in the eyes of his peers and in the eyes of the elders who are in Kenya Kwanza, saw him as a potential president, because the deputy president is a potential president. When the president is not around, you are in charge. If the president dies in office, then you take charge of the country as the president of the nation. So the fact that NDINDI NYORO was touted as a possible DP running mate, and even the deputy, now the current president, Ruto, noted that his name was proposed, but now Gachagua carried the day. The fact that his name was proposed shows that he commands tremendous respect from politician from that side of the aisle. And I believe even from Azimio side, I did support Azimio, and I think I do respect NDINDI NYORO as a person who really understands issues of politics, and also as a young leader was shown that is capable of, you know, driving the affairs of the nation. And the fact that Ruto noted that and the Kenya Kwanza noted it only adds to corroborate the fact that he is the next kingpin of Mount Kenya. When I'm not speaking about the kingpin of Rigathi Gachagua, who thinks he delivered the Mount Kenya votes to Ruto. No, I'm speaking about somebody who can, you know, rally the Mount Kenya region behind him when he's gunning for the presidency. I think NDINDI NYORO is one such a person. And then another thing is, the third one is that NDINDI NYORO is a worker. So that works tremendously well for him, because he's not only bright and he's not only capable in the eyes of his peers and the elder people, but he's also delivering Paleco ground. You see, he's shown that he's delivering. He's working for the people. He used his CDF well, and, you know, built school and supported people who are lacking in his constituency. So that shows you that he is caring and can connect with and understands the problem of his people, and that is why he dealt or decided to use the CDF in a manner that, you know, helps his people. So other people can easily see, if he did that to his constituency, then he can translate that at the national level if he's given the opportunity to serve. So that is number 3, that NDINDI NYORO is a worker. So the fourth one is, I would say, he is young. And that is a great advantage. It's a great advantage to him. He's currently at age 36 years. In the next 10 years, in the Ruto government, assuming that Ruto will extend his rulership with another term, then he'll be 46. At the age of 46, you are ripe to become president or deputy president. And I believe at the age of 46, he'll possibly, I believe so, that if he is to put himself out there, he would probably want to run, or will be gunning to take either leadership of UDA party, if it will be there, because all it is known in Kenya, you know, parties which take power, they always cease to exist in the next elections upon completing their 2 terms. So I don't know whether UDA will be like that, but if it happens that it will break, then possibly NDINDI NYORO would want to have his own party and use that to run at the age of 46, or even leverage it to become the deputy president for 10 years before gunning for presidency at the age of 56. So if you look at that, the arithmetic side of it, the age side of it is really favored. The point is reached now, and the fact that he was considered to be a potential deputy president at the age of 36, at 46, he'll be also considering him. So especially people will be looking at him and say, this is the guy to take us forward. Mainly the people from Mount Kenya will be saying that this is the guy whom, if we give other Kenyans to vote for, they can possibly vote for him. Now, number 5, and this is the last and not the least. I think this is quite telling. Number 5 is quite telling if you look at it in the spectrum of politics, that NDINDI NYORO is emerging as the right handman of President Ruto. So if you look at it, it appears to me that President Ruto has taken it upon himself to really mentor him, just to mentor him, and this is reflected in the fact that he accompanied the president in his foreign trips. He went with him to UK, and he also went with him to attend the UN General Assembly. So that is an indication that there is a way that Ruto sees him. He does not only see him as a young leader, but he's seeing him as a potential president, in future. And that is why having him go to this kind of, you know, events will enhance that capacity and expose him to the outside world and help him prepare well on now what we call geopolitics or world politics. So those are the 5 reasons we think Ndindi Nyoro will be the next face of Mount Kenya and not Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua to us is just a DP, is not really presidential. I think for the first time we have a deputy president who is not really presidential. He's not somebody whom you would say can be president, even if he, you know, but we cannot again say that he cannot be president, but he's not a person you look at and think that this is a potential president. So for the first time in our nation, we have a person who is the deputy president who doesn't look the part, is not entirely presidential. What we've provided are our views. We are looking forward to your views. If you think the 5 points we've given are correct, kindly comment down there to see if you also agree with that. If you don't agree with us, do also comment. If you think there is someone else who stands a better chance, also say that this is a particular person who stands a better chance. We will discuss that person and see if indeed it is true. Otherwise, that marks the end of this analysis. And do kindly subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you very much. This is The Nationalist Show with Canadian Born.